Hi everyone, Dr. Robinson here with another abacus lesson, and we are going to begin subtraction today. You have learned all your rules for addition from 1 through 5, and you're going to use the same rules in subtraction, just a little bit different. So we're going to go over those rules, but you do need to keep in mind, actually I'm just going to focus on one right now. 1 and 4 is 5. And you also want to remember 1 and 9 is 10. Okay, so let's go ahead and set a big number on our abacus. We're going to go ahead and set 99. And since you've been doing the addition, I know you know how to set that easily. We've got our 50, we've got our 10 beads, 10, 20, 30, 40 down there. We go up to our 5 bead, and that's 5. And of course we have 1, 2, 3, 4 below. This is our counting bar, and anything touching our counting bar we always include in what we count. So we're just going to do subtract 1 today. So when I say subtract 1, you are going to move 1 bead down. We are in our ones column. We have 99 set right now. So when I say subtract 1, you're going to clear 1 bead and you're going to say 98. Subtract 1, you're going to say 97. Subtract 1, you're going to say 96. Subtract 1, you're going to say 95. Here comes our rules. Subtract 1, that means we set 4 and we clear our 5 bead and we have 94. Subtract 1, we have 93. Subtract 1 and we have 92. Subtract 1 and we have 91. Subtract 1 and we have 90. Here we go. Remember, 1 and 9 is 10. When I say subtract 1, we also keep setting beads until we clear, okay? Now, we happen to know 5 and 4 is 9, and we're subtracting by 1. So we know we're going to be clearing a 10 bead over here. But if we follow our rules, we'll never mess up. So we always want to set until we clear a bead. So when I say subtract 1, you're going to set your 4 and set your 5. Okay, that's 9. Keep that in mind. And we're going to clear a 10. And lo and behold, we have 89. Subtract 1, 88. Subtract 1, 87. Subtract 1, 86. Subtract 1, 85. Subtract 1, remember our rules. We go ahead and set our 4 and clear our 5. And we have 84. Subtract 1 and we have 83. Subtract 1 and we have 82. Subtract 1 and we have 81. Subtract 1 and we have 80. Okay, remember our rules. Subtract 1, okay, and we know 4 and 1 is 5. And we also know 4 and 5 and 1 more. 4 and 5 is 9, plus 1 more is 10, because that's what we're subtracting is 1. So we know we're going to be coming over here and subtracting a 10. We also know we keep setting until we clear. So when I say subtract 1, we set our 4, we set our 5, and we clear our 10, and lo and behold, we have 79. Subtract 1 and we have 78. Subtract 1 and we have 77. Subtract 1 and we have 76. Subtract 1 and we have 75. Subtract 1, that means we set 4, clear our 5, and we have 74. We want to subtract 1 and we have 73. Subtract 1 and we have 72. Subtract 1 and we have 71. Subtract 1 and we have 70. Subtract 1, remember we keep setting until we clear. We also know that 9, 5 and 4 is 9 plus 1 more is 10, so we know we're going to be clearing that 10 bead. I'm going to say subtract 1, so we set our 4, we set our 5, and we clear our 10, and we have 69. Subtract 1, 68. Subtract 1, 67. Subtract 1, we have 66. Subtract 1, and we have 65. Subtract 1, follow your rules. We set 4, we clear a 5, and we have 64. Subtract 1, and we have 63. Subtract 1, and we have 62. Subtract 1, and we have 61. Subtract 1 and we have 60. Subtract 1, we keep setting until we clear. So when I say subtract 1, we set 4, we set a 5 and clear a 10, and we have 59. Set 1, we have 58. Subtract 1 and we have 57. Subtract 1 and we have 56. Subtract 1 and we have 55. Subtract 1, we set our 4, we clear our 5, and we have 54. Subtract 1 and we have 53. Subtract 1 and we have 52. Subtract 1 and we have 51. Subtract 1 and we have 50. Subtract 1, and we know we keep setting until we clear. So we set our 9, we set our 40, we clear our 50, and we have 49. Subtract 1 and we have 48. Subtract 1 and we have 47. Subtract 1 and we have 46. Subtract 1 and we have 45. Subtract 1 and we set a 4, we clear a 5, and we have 44. Subtract 1 and we have 43. Subtract 1 and we have 42. Subtract 1 and we have 41. Subtract 1 and we have 40. Subtract 1 and we set our 9 and clear 10, and we have 39. Subtract 1 and we have 38. Subtract 1 and we have 37. Subtract 1 and we have 36. Subtract 1 and we have 35. Subtract 1 and we set 4 and clear a 5, and we have 34. Subtract 1 and we have 33. Subtract 1 and we have 32. Subtract 1 and we have 31. Subtract 1 and we have 30. Subtract 1 and we set 9 and clear our 10, and we have 29. We subtract 1 and we have 28. Subtract 1 and we have 27. Subtract 1 and we have 26. Subtract 1 and we have 25. Subtract 1 and we set a 4 and clear a 5, and we have 24. Subtract 1 and we have 23. Subtract 1 and we have 22. Subtract 1 and we have 21. Subtract 1 and we have 20. Subtract 1 and we set 9 and clear a 10, and we have 19. Subtract 1 and we have 18. Subtract 1 and we have 17. Subtract 1 and we have 16. Subtract 1 and we have 15. Subtract 1 and we set a 4 and clear a 5, and we have 14. Subtract 1 and we have 13. Subtract 1 and we have 12. Subtract 1 and we have 11. Subtract 1 and we have 10. Subtract 1 and we set a 9 and clear a 10. Subtract 1 and we have 8. Subtract 1 and we have 7. Subtract 1 and we have 6. Subtract 1 and we have 5. Subtract 1 and we set a 4 and clear a 5. Set 1 and we have 3. Set 1 and we have 2. Did I say set? Sorry, subtract. Subtract 1 and we have 1. Subtract 1 and we have 0. Okay, that is a whole lot of subtraction. Try those subtraction by 1, and we will move on to subtract by 2. Same rules, but because we were doing double digits, I hope you noticed that we actually set 9 before we went ahead and subtracted 10. If you're not ready for the kid to immediately move all those together. But that's the reason why I have been so emphatic about the pointer moving beads down and the thumb moving up, is because when you're moving into double digit and triple digits, you're going to be setting 9 like that. You're also going to be setting 8 like that. You're going to be setting 7, okay, with your 5 and your 2. But your pointer and your thumb, that's the reason why we've been so emphatic about your pointer moving beads down and your thumb moving beads up. We're preparing you, of course, for larger numbers, larger addition, larger subtraction, and division and multiplication. So be emphatic about the pointer going down and the thumb moving up, and then, of course, the child is easily going to move in the combinations of keys. Great. Do that, and of course, we'll move on to the next lesson.